Hey guys, Noble Complexity here. Welcome to episode 7. To begin with here, we're starting off with some farming. We were kind of running low, like we weren't producing enough wheat with our current farm, so I decided to make the farm much bigger. So here I am making a 8 by like 25 or 30 by 3 farm. I also wanted to make sure I farmed some carrots so we could trade with the villagers. That was the other reason. This was for the cows and for the villagers so we could trade with the farmers. It was the cheapest and best way to do trading in the beginning to get emeralds for mending. So that's what I started off doing. And here is me starting off with the sugarcane part of this farm. I just built off here and started doing a 2 by 2 instead of having to individually place water or dig out a big area. This is always the easiest way for me to do a sugarcane farm, as you can see here. And here is the after I have done my first harvest and after I finished off the sugarcane farm. I didn't really show too much of it because it was kind of boring. I mean, it's setting up a farm. It's pretty standard. You guys have seen that all before. And here's me replanting our first harvest. And then here's me trading with some villagers to get emeralds. And then there's this guy. Ooh. Yeah, and then Everett started going to sleep. So I woke him up so I could trade. Here's me trading for some mending books. I accidentally bought a channeling book instead of mending, but oh well. At least I got a mending book out of it. I was using it for armor and my tools. It took maybe 3 or 4 hours, but I did eventually get all the mending I needed for my tools. And here's me killing some cows because I needed steak. Steak is usually the best food to have in the beginning of the game, at least. Which is another reason for the wheat farm you saw earlier. That's why so much of it was wheat. Unfortunately, the one potato I got cooked because the sword I have is flame. When the zombie dropped the potato, it cooked it into a baked potato. So it's sitting in our chest now, a baked potato and not a regular. That's why it's only carrots and wheat. I haven't found beetroot yet, so we're also waiting on that too to make sure we get all our bases. Here's me doing some more trading to getting another mending book. Another 2 mending books, actually. Boom. So after getting all the mending we need, I decided I wanted to make sure we had the best armor possible. And in order to do that, we need netherite gear. We already have the smithing tool, the smithing piece that we need to equip netherite onto diamond gear. We just needed the netherite. We needed, I think, about 40 pieces of netherite overall to just do all of our gear. So here's me using the bed method to dig out an area looking for netherite. Here's a montage of me doing it, with some music, of course. And after doing all of that, here we are crafting up some gold, smelting up the netherite so we can start putting on the netherite gear. After all of that finally crafting up and smelting, we decided to start making our first pieces of netherite gear. So we made our netherite bar right there. I had to run to my chest to get the smithing template, or the smithing template. We needed 4 of those for each armor piece, so there's me grabbing them. And forgetting, I decided to start off with the armor because I wanted more protection, and I figured we'd be less likely to die. And I didn't want to die with all my best stuff, so I went with protection over the sword. I decided to speed up time because it's kind of a boring process watching me, grab stuff out of the furnace and make another bar and then throw it on his armor. It wasn't very exciting. But we did get all the pieces here. I also want to apologize for there not being any sound. I forgot to turn on sound because previously I was listening to music on my desktop. And I didn't want any Minecraft sound, so I just wanted to listen to the music in mine. So that's why there was no sound, and it was just kind of annoying having it on, so I disabled it and didn't turn it back on until like halfway through this recording. Sorry. Here's me grabbing some more beds and getting ready to head back to look for more netherite to get the rest of the tools and stuff. I only find enough for a sword though. And here is me throwing on the last piece of netherite gear. Or making the last piece of netherite gear. There we go. Now I'm throwing it on. And then I decide to also do my sword so that way we have more protection, in case I'm fighting an enemy or whatever. I feel like having a sword is much more useful than having a pickaxe, if you know what I mean. I figure we'd be less likely to die if I have full armor and a sword. So there I am making the sword. Boom. Now we just gotta do all the other tools and stuff. And so I decided to go to the nether and kill some wither skeletons so we could fight the wither. So here's me getting the last head. I forgot to record the second one that I got, so here's me getting the third one. And here is a sped up version of me getting ready for the fight, so here's some music for that. I realized that a bow would definitely help a lot in this fight, so I came to the Enderman farm to harvest some XP to enchant some bows to make a really good bow. And then here is me creating the nether arena, which is just underground near spawn. I made sure it was away from the base, and I dug out a good enough area that I think we should be good. I dug about 20 blocks back so I could bow it from a distance. I decided to drink a strength potion because I thought it would help. I think even strength increases even like if you shoot your bow. I think it also increases damage. So as you can see, we already got it about halfway down. It's a pretty quick fight so far. And then we come in with the netherite sword. We get the wither effect on us, but we're really not worried because it's already dead. Yeah, quickest wither fight you've ever seen, right? I was way too stacked for this fight. Sword, armor, we didn't even take much damage. I don't think we took any damage, but hey, it was a good fight. So I'm going to head back to base and set up the beacon. We're back at base, and now we're crafting our beacon. There it is. I couldn't remember exactly how to build a beacon. I couldn't remember if you go 4 blocks down or 5, so I just went with 5 to be safe. But here's me building it in times 4 speed. And here's a little bit of music to go with it. Alright, guys. Well, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to leave a comment and a like and all that other good stuff. Subscribe if you want to. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.